In the category of individual achievement for national political reporting, Cronkite judges made 2 awards this year. The first goes to Washington chief correspondent for ABC News, Jonathan Karl. This is his second Cronkite Award for national political reporting. His first was 10 years ago in 2013. Judges said Jonathan Karl gets at the heart of stories like no other journalist. His dogged reporting debunked the big lie without further disseminating it by using the freedom of the press to push back on public figures' claims as they spewed false information and to hold them accountable for the truth. Let's watch him in action.
In the days after the attack, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy said clearly that Trump bore responsibility for what happened on January 6th, saying at the time,
"The president bears responsibility for Wednesday's attack on Congress by mob rioters. He should have immediately denounced the mob when he saw what was unfolding."
Today, McCarthy was asked if he still believes that former President Trump bears responsibility.
I thought everybody in the country bared some responsibility.
And on the big question that animated the attack on the Capitol,
do you believe that Donald Trump was just flat wrong when he says the election was stolen?
Look, we've answered this question a long time. Joe Biden is the president. I think you can look that there's a lot of problems still with an election process.
But that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question. I mean, we know he's the president. He lives in the White House. Was it legitimate? Is Donald Trump wrong when he says the election was stolen?
You know, Jonathan,
it's a very
we've
simple
talked about
question.
this a long time. I've already answered that
question.
No,
what was the answer? Is Donald Trump wrong when he says the election was stolen?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So you won't answer that?
Jonathan, I've answered it numerous times. I know you have a microphone. I know what you want to do. I've already answered the question.
I just want to know, is he wrong when he says the election was stolen?
Thank you for your time.
You said something last week. You said that there were 740,000 ballots with no chain of custody. Those ballots shouldn't have been counted. Are you really saying that you would throw out the ballots of 740,000, three-quarters of a million Arizonans? I mean, those were
740,000 ballots violated chain of custody requirements in Maricopa County.
I mean, first of all, it's not true. I mean, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors put out a 98-page report that went through these allegations.
That is a fact. Check your facts.
We took that claim to Maricopa County officials, who refuted Lake and pointed to the statement they issued back in May, saying that the county always had control of the ballots, adding they, quote, were sealed in envelopes and secured in boxes that bipartisan couriers are prohibited from opening.
But just to be clear, the Republicans on the Board of Supervisors, the Republican governor, now the Republican candidate for Senate running along with you, the Republican Attorney General under Donald Trump, Bill Barr, all said that there wasn't, that the election was not stolen.
Are we going to sit and litigate this?
No,
I'm happy to
I'm
do
just,
it.
I'm just wondering why they would all lie.
But you guys are obsessed. We have a lot of corruption in this system, and they don't want. I think a lot of people who were responsible for that election know that there were rules broken and laws broken, and they don't want to admit fault. Okay?
Like Bill Barr.
And that's fine. We're going to go forward, and we're going to make sure going forward our elections are secure.
Two years ago, Jonathan Karl was asked, if Trump runs again, what do you think reporters covering him should keep in mind? He answered that question with a question. How do you sit down for long, live interviews with a candidate who's trying to destroy the very system that makes his or her election possible? Jonathan was looking forward to being here with us this morning, but something involving espionage and obstruction upended his plans. We're glad he could break away from the breaking news, though, for a moment to accept his award.
Thank you, Marty, and thank you to the team at the Norman Lear Center and the great Annenberg School of Journalism at USC. This award is especially meaningful to me because it recognizes a body of work, a true ABC News team effort that is central to our mission as journalists. The award covers 2 years of reporting, a period beginning 3 weeks after the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. That is significant because the assault on our democracy, the assault on truth, the assault on a free press whose mission is the pursuit of that truth did not end when the rioters were expelled from the U.S. Capitol. As long as I have been a political reporter, I have felt to the core of my being that my job depends on being a fair and neutral arbiter. I have always believed that the best political journalists do not take sides. Like virtually every human being, I have my own opinions, but they are irrelevant to my job. I may never be purely objective. I'm not sure that is even possible. But when I am covering political debates or campaigns, I don't take sides. I still believe that is central to our mission. But I also know this. There is one area where we as journalists must take sides. We stand for truth. We stand against disinformation. When confronted with those who tell us that up is down or day is night, or that a free and fair election was stolen, or that an attack on the Capitol was nothing more than a tourist visit, we must take a side. The truth is the truth, and it is our duty, our responsibility to call out disinformation, to expose it, to tell the truth. These are monumentally challenging times for our democracy and for journalism. As the tools of disinformation become even more sophisticated, exposing lies and correcting the record will become even more difficult and more important. A free and fair press isn't the enemy of the people. It is a vital part of a free society, and it has never been more important than it is now. Thank you to Annenberg for this award. Thank you to my incredibly talented friends and colleagues at ABC News who made this work possible. And thank you to our president, Kim Godwin, for your unwavering support of our work and of our mission.